Hello and welcome. I am Nate T. Bird, and today I am going to do a hard playthrough of a map that I made called Castle Tower Defense. The basic idea of this map is to defend your castle from waves of zombies, and in order to do that you buy and upgrade turrets. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it on hard just to show you that it can be beaten on hard, and another goal that I'm going to do is to try to not lose any lives whatsoever. I'm playing it in night. That's how I intended for it to be played. I did get all of my items, so we're good to go. Continue on to the tutorial area. So down here, this is a basic overview of what you'll see. The turrets are built on the color wool spots on the playing field, and they shoot one way up the path, and the mobs, they spawn on the obsidian block. They follow the path into the castle, and your goal is to prevent the mobs from reaching your castle. When they do, you lose a life, and when your lives reach 0, you lose the game. So as you can see, my XP bar indicates how many lives I have. Right now I have 10 lives, and then on the right side you can see how much gold I have. I have 30 gold. In the actual game, you'll see a button like this that you'll push to start the waves, and it just says that this is an example, not a real wave. There are 3 different turrets that you can buy: the arrow turret, the splash turret, and the frost turret. The arrow turret is a basic arrow turret, just rapid fire, low damage, really good against fast mobs or weak mobs. Then we have the splash turret, basic cannon. Basically, it shoots splash potions that deal massive damage to large groups of mobs, or just to any mob really, but it's really good against large groups and tanky mobs. And then over here you have the frost turret. It doesn't do any damage. All it does is slows down the mobs that it hits. Alright, let's continue on. Okay, one thing that I almost forgot is about the waves. So the waves cycle through 4 different types. So the first wave type is basic. They're just basic zombies. They have medium health. Sorry, excuse me. Medium health and no bonuses. And the second wave type is speedy. They have low health, but they are extremely fast. The third wave type is swarm. They have low health, but they spawn in large groups. And the fourth wave type is armored. They have medium health. They have slow speed, but they also have lots of armor that reduces damage. So I'm going to click here to continue on to the playing area. Down there is the playing field. These 2 towers, they don't mean anything. They're just decorations. Right here we have our user interfaces for each of the different turrets. You notice this, this is the red turret, orange, yellow, green, so on and so forth. It shows our level. Right now this is level 0 because I haven't built anything. I can click this button to buy or upgrade the turret depending on what I need to do. Right now I don't have enough money to buy an arrow turret, or any turret for that matter, so I'm just gonna leave that. Over here we can buy some arrows, and we can buy some different bows, and in case something goes wrong we can reset the game. So for starters, the first wave is going to be a basic wave, so really all I want is just an arrow turret. I think I'm going to place it on yellow, and I don't have enough money yet, but once the wave starts I will have enough money. So I'm going to use my magic feather to hurry on over there once I start this and purchase that arrow turret. So just got to run over here, push this button, we're good to go. Now I got to hurry over here and start shooting at these guys. That was a lucky shot. It was a critical strike for my first shot. Was not expecting that. Now for the sort of boring part, just me shooting at these zombies. One thing that I will mention is that you want to make sure that you hit each zombie at least once, because even if your turrets finish them off, you will still get bonus gold as if you had killed them. That's something that I think people don't really know about the game, but essentially just if you hit them and the zombie dies soon after you hit them, then it still counts as you hitting them. And the bonus gold is extremely valuable and extremely important in winning the game. I actually made a mistake. I built that on red when I said I was going to build it on yellow, but that's okay. We will just continue on with that. I'm going to buy another arrow turret because the next wave is speedy, and it's good to have 2 arrow turrets for them. So this time I'm going to build it on yellow. And I have enough right now, so I will just do that right now. And we can watch it be built. There it goes. Takes a little bit of time, but then voila, there it is. The speedy wave is actually the wave that I lose the most lives on, just because they are so fast. And sometimes my turrets have a hard time hitting them, or I have a hard time hitting them. So it's good to have arrow turrets to counter them. This is my first YouTube video, so sorry for any poor quality. I'll try to work that out in later videos. Just let me know if there's anything that you think I can improve on. Just leave that in the comments. The download for this map will be in the description. And yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about, so that finishes up that wave. Now we really want to buy a splash turret for this next wave because it's swarm. So we're going to put the splash turret, I believe, on orange. I think orange is a good place to put the splash turret. Don't have enough yet. Actually, I need to buy some. Actually, I don't know if I need to buy arrows, so put it on orange. Splash turret. There we go. And you want to make sure that you hit as many of these guys as you can, because it'll give you a lot of bonus gold. Just because these guys, they're easy to kill and they spawn really fast. There's not any one strategy in order to win. Just do whatever you think is best, but make sure that you have a variety of turrets and make sure that you upgrade your turrets. What I see lots of people doing is just buying a whole bunch of turrets and never upgrading them fully. So instead of upgrading both of those turrets to level 2, I would upgrade this one to level 3. It costs the same, but it deals more damage. Alright, now I for sure need some more arrows. The next wave is armored. I don't think I'll have enough to buy another turret, so I'll get some more arrows and then we'll start this wave. I did add sound effects just because I thought it would add a nice little bit to the game. I am playing this in 1.6.4 instead of 1.7.4 because the text that appears in the bottom, for some reason in 1.7 it glitches and it doesn't show it in the right color. So I've got to make sure that I kill this guy or else my losing no lives will be lost. I also got to make sure that I hit each of these guys at least once. These guys can be a bit scary too because they're really tanky, but they're not too hard. You just got to keep whittling them down. So I wanted to get enough money right there to upgrade another turret, or at least to get 90 gold so that I could be closer. I don't think I killed all of those guys by myself, so I lost a bit of bonus gold, but that's okay, we can make do. Alright, I need to decide what I'm going to do. I think once the wave starts, I will upgrade that arrow turret. Just because the speedy guys, the next wave of speedy, it'll be extremely helpful to have an upgraded arrow turret. But then I also got to make sure that I upgrade a splash turret as well, because the swarm and the tanky, the armored guys, they get really powerful. It's difficult for the turret to finish them off. Man, I keep on missing. That's no good. Just gonna have to cut my losses. Count those two out. Sometimes your bow looks like it's going straight on, but then for some reason the arrow lands off to the side. I don't know if that's just bad aiming on my part, or if that's just error on the bow's part. So now we have 50 gold. I think I'm gonna try to save up to upgrade my splash turret. The next wave is speedy. I need a few more arrows. Alright, then we'll hurry on over here to get these speedy guys. Yeah, that yellow arrow turret is really taking care of them. I don't usually buy frost turrets just because they don't deal any damage, and I like my turrets to deal damage. So, but you're perfectly welcome to use it. They do help out. Once you get to a level 3 frost turret, it slows them down tremendously. It deals so much slowness to them that it seems like they're hardly moving. Alright, I do have enough to upgrade that splash turret right there, so that's what I'm gonna go do. Orange splash turret. Go ahead and upgrade that. Come back here. I do have the option to sell turrets, but it only refunds 50%, so I'm not gonna do that. Even if I don't like where I place the turret, I'm just gonna keep it because it still deals damage. And by selling the turret, I would lose quite a bit of money. Yeah, that splash turret's really going to take care of these guys. Doing good so far. I'm not losing any lives. Usually that speedy wave really gets me. So, but now that I said that, I probably just jinxed it. Now I'm going to lose. I don't know. We'll see. I did design this game to be difficult, but yet not like extremely difficult, meaning impossible. But I didn't want it to be easy either, because easy games are just boring. Okay, the next wave is armored. I think I'm going to upgrade this splash turret fully. Yep. Because that turret will now deal a ton more damage. There was one time that I played this game that I had the splash turret on red, and as soon as these guys spawned, it would kill them. And I was unable to get any bonus gold from this wave, and I lost. So bonus gold really does help. All I'm doing is shooting these guys once. Don't want to waste any arrows, even though sometimes I miss them. It's kind of embarrassing, but oh well. Alright, looks like that's it for this wave. Let that guy get finished off. Alright, next wave is basic. That splash turret will be extremely helpful for all of the waves, but I want to make sure that I get that arrow turret upgraded as well to take care of the speedy wave. So I'm just gonna buy some arrows and then start the next wave. And because it's basic, I'm pretty sure I can handle them. But then once I get enough money, I'm gonna upgrade that arrow turret. I missed that first guy, but that's okay. We'll manage. If that guy doesn't get past us. You can tell which zombies you've hit because the ones that you hit look up at you. Well, at least most of the time they look up at you. Sometimes they glitch out and they don't. But that's a little tip, just because then you know which ones you've hit and you don't have to waste any arrows shooting at ones that you've already hit. Alright, that was an extremely profitable round. I got 100 gold from that round alone. So I'm going to upgrade this arrow turret. So as you can see, I only have 3 turrets, but 2 of them are fully upgraded. And I haven't lost any lives so far. So that is a testament that upgrading really does help. Just going to buy a few more arrows. Yeah. Alright, I don't think I'm going to buy another arrow turret. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Speedy guys are dangerous. Very dangerous. I think maybe I'll get it on either blue or green. Probably green. This will just be a backup turret, basically. And it'll help me on the speedy guys. Okay, that was a little bit of a lag shot right there. Yeah, that arrow turret really deals a number to those guys. It shoots so fast that these guys don't have any time to react, to run away or anything. Even that guy that I didn't help hit. Alright. Yeah. Those guys are scary because if you miss them once, it's like, yeah, you might not hit them again. That's why I bought that extra turret. Alright. Doing good so far. I would have liked a little bit more gold, but that's okay. You decide what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to buy a splash turret right there for blue, because the next wave is swarm. I use my magic feather a lot because it really does increase your speed and it helps you get to places that you need to be a lot quicker. So that's a tip that I would recommend, is to use your magic feather. Even though it may seem annoying because your field of view changes, but it helps a lot. Just trying to make sure I hit as many of these guys as I can. If you hit a zombie when it's red, your arrow will bounce off. That's another thing to keep in mind, is that zombies are, yeah, you can't hit the zombie while they're already being hit. Okay, another tip is to buy a fire bow. You could go with one of these power bows or the epic bow, but for the damage and for your money, I would go with a fire bow. So I got this fire bow. It has flame 3, unbreaking 3, and extreme heat. That's what it says. So I actually hooked those up to dispensers, so they dispense a random bow. This one is a fire bow with flame 3. Lots of them are fire bows with flame 2. Some have like power or infinity or whatnot. They're just fairly random enchantments, but they will for sure give you some fire and some unbreaking. Alright, I don't know what to do. Buy more arrows, start the wave, and shoot straight. A lot of this game is your aiming. If you can't hit the zombies, then you're gonna lose, basically. Oh boy, I hope that second splash turret can help me. These guys are getting awfully close, and it's concerning me. Usually I hit these guys twice. Because then I'll deal some extra damage to them. They do have projectile protection, so my arrows don't do much damage to them, and neither do the arrow turrets. And the projectile protection gets higher the further along you go. Alright, we finished up that wave. We're going to upgrade that splash turret. And forgive the background. That's my heater. I live in kind of an old house, and so the heater is rather old-fashioned, and for some reason it bangs when it heats up, like it makes crackling sounds, and it's weird. I don't know why it does that, but it does, and it gets kind of annoying. The next video that I was thinking about making is a behind the scenes video of this map, so if you're interested in learning how I did some of the stuff I did, then make sure to check that out. It might become a series. I don't know how long it will take me to describe or explain all of the stuff that I have happening in this map, but we'll see. And then after that I want to make map making tutorials. Maybe teach you how to make something like this, or how to make any kind of a map. So far I've only done minigame maps, but eventually I am thinking about making an adventure map, or a lot of adventure maps. Alright, that was good. The next wave is speedy, so I'm going to upgrade I'll go with red, just because then it can deal more damage. Only on wave 13. These speedy guys, I don't know, I'm scared of them. Like, I am scared of the speedy guys. I'm just gonna forget shooting that guy. The splash turret does sometimes hit them, and if it does, it basically is an instant kill. Now that arrow turret is shooting like faster than I can shoot, so it looks like my arrows are bouncing off, but they're not. You always have to shoot in front of them, like way farther in front of them than you think you do, especially in the later waves, because they do actually get faster. Took me a long time to balance all of these guys. I still think it might be a little unbalanced, but just gonna have to accept it for what it is. If I notice that one wave is really OP, I might nerf it, but as of now it's staying the way it is. These swarm guys can also get pretty overwhelming, so make sure you have upgraded splash turrets. I'm going to start this wave after I buy some arrows. Always want to keep your arrow supply up. It really sucks when you're in the middle of a wave and you don't have enough arrows to finish off the zombies. And especially on the swarm waves, because there's a lot of them, and so you're going to be shooting a lot more arrows. I'm always keeping my eye down on that bottom corner, just in case they get further than that. I'll make sure to turn around and shoot them. But other than that, I'm just going to keep my focus on the ones that I haven't hit yet. Looks like maybe that guy. Alright, 155 gold, that's good. I think... What is the next wave? Armored, so I think I'm going to get a splash turret on black. Because I need splash turrets to counter all of the armor that the final armored wave has. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of splash turrets by the final wave, just because the zombies are so tanky. It's as if you don't deal any damage to them at all. So just shooting them each twice, just to make sure that I deal a little bit extra damage, because you want to deal as much damage as you can, especially on these armored guys, because they are pretty tough. And if you noticed, I got a lot more gold just for starting this wave. It's because it's a further along wave. So the further along you get, the more money you get per wave. So that's a way that I balance it out so that you can actually upgrade and keep up with the waves. Upgrading that black splash turret. There we go. Next wave is basic. Looks like we're doing pretty good. This is actually the farthest I've gotten without losing any lives. Gotta be careful about speaking too soon. Scared me. Oh no, you don't. You better stay back there. Okay, yep, I spoke too soon. So I just lost 2 lives. 3 lives. Unless my fire kills them. But it doesn't look like it will. Sad. 4 lives. Oh man. Yeah, that just makes me sad. I should have, once I started the wave, upgraded the black turret again. It's my mistake. Could have gotten a lot farther with that. Alright, it's going to be risky, but as soon as I start this next wave, I am going to upgrade the red turret, because the next wave is speedy. I want to make sure that I deal lots of damage to them. Oh dear. Oh dear. I've said this like 1,000 times, but Speedy is my least favorite wave. They do have a lot less health than most, but they also have a lot more speed than most. Alright, looks like we did pretty good there. Because it is wave 18, that is the last speedy wave that we will get. So I'm thinking about selling, even though it won't give me much, selling that arrow turret right here, and in its place putting not a frost turret, a splash turret, sorry. just because we don't really need the speedy or the arrow turrets to counter the speedy anymore. So, but we do need the splash in order to counter the armored and the swarm. So we'll buy another half stack of arrows, start the wave, and put a splash on green. Wow, that was a really terrible shot right there. That first shot that I shot, way off. Yeah, these guys are pretty powerful. I know I said that they have low HP, but they actually have pretty good HP. But that's why you get splash turrets to help counter them. Don't really want to take any chances on these last waves. I don't really care about arrow conservation or anything. If I were to buy one of those epic bows, then I could get infinity on it. So that way I don't have to buy any more arrows and I can spend all that money towards upgrading. Alright, final wave. Final wave. Are you excited? I'm excited. A little nervous too. But 4 level 3 splash turrets ought to be enough to handle them. And if you notice, they stay on fire a lot less. That's because they have fire protection as well. They are basically just the tankiest mobs you could ever possibly see. But they're not too terribly tanky. Yeah, I've seen some games go to the extreme with their tankiness or whatnot. Basically, you just sit there for like 30 minutes and just shoot at the tank, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Alright, looks like we did good. This is the last part. If I do win, which I will win, prepare for fireworks. Just you know, turn the volume down or whatever you need to, because the fireworks can be loud. Yay, we win. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you didn't enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you dislike this video, please leave a dislike. Either one helps. I really appreciate any feedback that you can give me. If you want to see more, if you want to see how it all works, how I put it all together, if you want to learn how to make maps, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.